Alright, level 40 blacksmithing quest is Forging Ahead, given to us by Brithael. Here we go. You know me, Mercy, the contracts you've helped the guild secure ought to make us a fortune. If we can find the hands to keep up with the demand, that is. Quite a name you've made for yourself in the process. You've got your head in the forge, so you don't hear what I do. All over the ports I hear the chatter of sailors and merchants extolling the fabled wares from Mercy's forge, and I assure you they ain't alone. Hells, it's gotten to the point where half your fellow smitties are asking that you forge their smitten tools, as if you've time to make 'em one by one. So I told them the most they could hope for would be one wrapped crow's beak hammer, a true example of shining excellence to which all of its kind would be held. What say you, lass? Reckon you can do your forge mates this favor? Yeah, sorry. The way he says things sometimes. Wrapped crow's beak hammer. I currently have one of these equipped, I think, unless I made a better version. Nope, it's equipped. So I'm gonna make a steel crow's beak hammer, which I think I have everything I need, just barely with the oak. And then boar's leather, we're good. I'm gonna have to get some more boar hide pretty soon. Okay, so let's start with this hammer and get the oak lumber we need here. So we gotta pop over to carpenter, make the oak lumber. Wait, what? Oh no, I'm not gonna give him the one I have. Fuck that. There. Anyway, I mean, I'm gonna give him one of them, but the one I have has materia equipped, and I'm not gonna go through that on the retrieving materia. I'm not gonna go through that process if I don't need to. So there's that. I believe that's the only piece of gear. I don't know, boar's leather. So I'll pop over to leather worker. Hey, could you shush, please? We're all good here. We're safe. Good job, though, I suppose. Weirdo. You think that's bad? Okay, so there is... Blah, 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 blah. What are we doing here? So I still have to make the hammer. Duh. So steel crow's beak hammer is level 34 craft. Steel ingot, which can be HQ, but I'm using NQ. Undyed velveteen HQ. Oak lumber HQ. Linseed oil HQ. I'm actually going to clear out a lot of my inventory here, which is good. It needs to be cleared out, yo. Hammer. That's the second time it's happened in a few days where, like, the computer that I'm on, well, my computer, just decides to, like, click away from the window without me actually doing it. Like something else popped up somewhere that I couldn't even see. Oh. Alright, so the wrapped crow's beak hammer uses a steel crow's beak hammer, which I've HQ'd. Steel ingot HQ, boar leather HQ. Once again, clearing some slots in my inventory. Excuse me. Cool, easy peasy. I've already made one of these. I know it's not hard. The annoying thing is that this is the main hand, and if you're using a main hand steel crow's beak hammer, you can't do it. Like, you can't use the hammer that you're currently using as the material for the craft you're trying to make. You have to make another one, which is the cheaper version, but also might take longer to gather or whatever. Or you can buy, I think, a steel crow's beak hammer somewhere, which is probably in the... actually, if you bought it from a shop, it would cost 3,900 gil. So Your choice. You want to spend 3,900 gil or just make another one, and then desynth and whatever. But you're gonna make an extra basically. But whatever. Where were we? Sorry. 69. No, we'll just do that. 2-putt. Veneration 2-putt for progress. Okay. You get the one, Brithael, that is not adorned with. Yeah. So. All I'm asking for is a single Raps Crowsbeak hammer. Of the finest quality, of course, so I can show your fellow smitties how it's done. Hand it over. Cutscene. By Beergot's beard, who'd have thought that the brutish tools of force could possess such beauty? I'll grab this as my thumbnail. The first one today that I even tried to make into like a rectangle of the thumbnail's dimensions. Shallow weight. The hammer's claw evokes the elegance and ruthless efficiency of a golden beak plucking worms from the ground. And it's flawlessly counterbalanced asymmetrically by the face. Not in my wildest fortune fantasies could I ever envision laying hands or eyes on such a perfect hammer. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'll grab that instead. Shoot a boop 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 boop. Yes, replace the previous one, thank you. Hells, I reckon it's too perfect to show to that lot. To look upon the daunting heights of such peak perfection would surely discourage even the boldest of budding blacksmiths. On the other hand, it ought to put those uppity smitties in their place. Besides, it'd be a crime to keep this hammer hidden away from the world. With any luck, it'll serve as inspiration to your forge mates, and maybe even motivate one to follow in your footsteps. 156,310 experience points. An apprentice's file, which I've already made a better version, probably lower level but better, and then I've already made better than this gear, so I'll take 3,000 gil. Thank you very much. Let me see about the file. Yeah, the file I made is 5 levels higher and HQ, so I got level 48 off of that. We'll desynth this apprentice's file. And then hop over to this vendor to get me 3,000 gil. Oh, I love cool beans. And that's it for this quest. In this video, I will be making the level 45 video in a second here, but until then, bye bye for now.